in your city. We're about to make this thing get down to the nitty gritty. But no, man, if y'all know if I'm in the building, man, y'all already know, man, I got my guys. Let me bring my guys up, man. Okay, bam, we got the sounds right. Y'all know if I'm in the building, man, I got my boy Patton, aka the I'm about to say the egg man. What? The mailman, aka the streets, aka
God.
Activate. I don't know where Eggman came from, but anyway, man, y'all already know, man. If we in the building, man, we got that boy Killer Cal, man, most definitely in the building, man. Let me give us a hand, man. For us making it to another Friday, man, to do the thing that we love to do the most, man. But one of the things that we love to do the most, and let's talk about the Texans, man. It's been a lot of dry news, man. I've been seeing people pull stuff. I don't want to say the word because we ain't 15 minutes into the show yet, but I've been seeing people pull stuff, bro, from places where the sun don't shine to, you know what I'm saying, make content and stuff like that. But we happen to, bump into an actual good topic, and what's pretty dope about it is if y'all were here for the breakdowns, we pretty much broke down every position of the team, and we never brought up CJ Stroud, which was crazy because what's actually what I was just telling the guys before we started the show is that probably the subconscious reason we did that is because, we don't worry about CJ. We know CJ is good, but, today we're going to, dive deep into CJ Stroud and pause before I get to the end of that sentence. But yeah, we're going to dive deep and, talk about his career, how good, how bad things have been going for him in Houston. And to me, it's been good. I think that, that last year's sophomore slump. But, hey, we'll get to that. But just know that this is the CJ Stroud show, and it's going down, man. On Texans on 3, man. So everybody's ready, man. We're going to bring this music down right quick, man. And we're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, CJ Stroud the 4th. And that's right. He is the 4th, right?
Coleridge Bernard
Stroud the 4th. Yeah, I think he's the 4th.
I think so.
Either the 6th, because but I do believe that the I is in front of the V though. But either way, what has his career has been like since we heard his name called, during the draft? That was the 2022 draft, right? No, 2023 draft. I'm sorry. One thing, like I say, if y'all watch the show, y'all know that I talk a lot about how, he happened to fall into our hands. It was a blessing because a lot of the times, and me included, a lot of us wanted Bryce Young. A lot of us wanted that number 1 draft pick. I seen somebody bring up the other day about how crucial I wanted to do that video too. I was a little bit like, golly, somebody sometimes when you get an idea, you better make sure you jump on it because somebody would jump on it before you. But I had an idea to do a video about that, and somebody did, and it was about how that game changed so many franchises. The Texans winning that game against the Colts in 2022 and losing the 1st round draft pick actually changed Chicago's fate, changed Houston's fate, because we could have ended up with, and I'm going to say the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Colts, because they got to deal with CJ for the next 10 years. But that game, man, I shout out to my wife too. I remember holding my hands up in the air as Davis Mills threw that last heave towards the touchdown, towards the end zone. And I remember saying, "Oh, we got the first pick," because I knew that it was 4th down. He was throwing it with all his might, and I just know that most Hail Marys don't work. So I'm already holding my hands up. And when I seen, golly, what was the name of the tight end that caught that pass?
Jordan Akins.
Jordan Akins, when he caught that, and I seen how happy he was, I was like, no, and they all excited, and so they say, Lovey's gonna go for 2, and I'm like, you know what?
What the fuck? We'd have made it this far.
I say, you know what? We still gonna be able to get the number 1 pick because ain't no way in the world they get this 2-point conversion. And then they go to Akins again. And he completes the pass again. Sheer miracle. I want to fast forward to the combine. Watching CJ at the combine, I knew that CJ was the best quarterback at that combine. I mean, feet wise, everything. And watching him at the combine, I just knew for a fact that Carolina was going to take him. I just knew for a fact it was going to happen. And so I said, we're going to end up being able to get our guy anyway. So I went to sleep good, man, before the draft. And when I seen that they took Bryce Young, which, the media was saying that they would, and we ended up with CJ, and I want to pass it on to y'all. I was excited because I knew what we had, man. I knew that we had an elite quarterback that you can just put that tag on him instantly. Like, he had that kind of talent. I know that when he came out, they wasn't saying that this is the next John Elway or this is the next Joe Montana, but I knew we would get the good one, especially from that Georgia game. But what did y'all feel when y'all seen him coming out?
I couldn't stand his ass.
But that's because you go blue, and we already know that. I'm
on the other side of the water. You know what I'm saying? If this was gang world, we Crips and they Bloods because they wear red, we wear blue. You know what I'm saying? But the eye of the sky don't lie. Now, granted, we whooped his ass because that's what we do to Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? But I would be a fool to say that boy ain't special. Now, of course, quarterbacks coming from Ohio State has that quarterback from Ohio State stigma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not many quarterbacks do good or have a longevity, let's say that, in the league. What's the guy right now? Justin Fields. The jury's still out on him, though he's looking good in New York right now. Out of all the QBs that have come from Ohio State, CJ right now is the one that could be potentially breaking the spell, breaking the box, or however you want to put it, however you want to word it.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy. Now, I hate to say it, but I was cool either way during that draft, whether we got CJ or Bryce, because I knew we needed a quarterback. Now, God is good, because I don't believe Bryce Young would have been nowhere near as decent. Like, CJ has been phenomenal, but we'll get into that later. But those guys' seasons, and granted, Bryce beat them head-to-head in the league after the bye week, which that was one of those, like, how the hell you lose that game? It was one of those games. But now going forward, man, dude, I believe not only is he's going to break that curse, but he's going to bring Houston multiple championships. And we've never had a quarterback that I can say that made me feel that way. Even when we had Shaw, that was a great team. Shaw wasn't the greatest thing ever, but that was a great team. When we had Deshaun, like, we seen what he could do, but dude led the league in fucking passing yards one year, and we ended up with the first round pick, I believe. Or we was in the top 5.
Exactly.
Like, you know
that
what I'm
was
saying?
crazy.
So, just like I say, when I seen it, and like I said, I watched Ohio State play, unfortunately, because I got to in my yard, but I knew what he was. He's just a whole stupid.
Okay. Real quick, because I don't know if it's because you started the show on your side, but is this a new feature that I'm seeing?
I think so. Yeah.
So I don't know. Hey, Brandon, Horace, appreciate the compliment too earlier about the track. Shout out T Jones, Sideline Sarah, everybody, man. But I got a question. Can y'all see the comments that's on the screen?
They should be able to.
If they can see it, that's actually pretty damn dope.
Yeah, they showing up. I can see them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's pretty damn dope.
I had to put it on my end.
The stream yard.
I didn't know
the
comments was on. So I'm like, let me just say show comments, but I didn't fully read Black Man.
Yeah, I didn't even know that's something.
It says show comments on stage. So
that's something new on my side. But Killer, man.
Yeah,
How
Yeah,
did
let
you
me say
feel,
this.
brother? What you
Uh,
felt?
shout out to them busters that was talking about that S2 cognition.
Yeah.
You notice we ain't heard nothing about that test again.
Mm-mm.
Nothing like, but when watching CJ, and I'm a college football fan, not a fanatic. I really don't have like a real like a vested interest in a team. Like I cheer U of H. Became a UT fan because I went to go watch Vince Young play, in the dome, his sophomore, junior, and senior year. So, I've always followed UT. But when I seen CJ play against Georgia, what it reminded me of is it reminded me of Deshaun Watson. And here's why. When Deshaun had to go up against Alabama and he lost, very seldom you get a second chance to go back and kick their ass. And he did that on the national stage back to back. Man,
Yeah.
when you see a quarterback like that, bro, and you get a chance to get him, you're like, man. I think, man, a lot of us we know what happened with Deshaun. I mean, the book is not complete with him, but he pretty much destroyed his reputation and everything. But on the field, man, dude was magic. I mean, he was incredible, man. I mean, just getting hit with a blitz to spin up out of it and just throw the ball on a dime. Like, bro, I would have loved to have seen him with his head straight with a swarm defense and Joe Mixon and all these weapons. I would have loved to have seen that. But
Mm.
let me go to CJ. Man, God blessed us because normally when you lose a franchise quarterback, unless you the Indianapolis Colts that happen to get what they get three of them, no, two,
Mm-hmm.
three. Peyton Manning, um, the boy
Andrew
from
Luck.
Houston, Andrew Luck. Richardson don't count because it ain't set
Yeah, they
up.
were just able to get back to back. They had two back to back,
But
two.
They had
to
several
get
number
a
quarterbacks. They were
who,
they had Philip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Philip Rivers, what's my other
but
guy?
I'm talking about the echelons.
Yeah, I mean
Like
those
when
guys
they
were
when
still
they
good,
yeah
but
when
they
they
were still
got Rivers' best days was when he was a Charger.
most definitely.
But when I'm saying like when you have that guy, like we looked at Deshaun and said, oh, one day Deshaun gonna be the best quarterback in the league. I look
Mm-hmm.
at CJ and we go from that to have to tank for 2 years for Nick to get the book straight, and we get CJ. Bro, I think we haven't even scratched the surface of what CJ can become. So, man, I'm excited going forward, man. Last year is an anomaly because, look, we got the headache up out of the building. I think, him having Gerard Johnson by his side again, man, I think the best is yet to come for that young cat, man. So I'm
Let
excited,
me ask,
man. I
let me
think
ask y'all a
everything
question.
worked out the way it's supposed to work out.
Let me ask y'all a question, man. Good points too. Uh, do y'all feel that CJ is a talent wise? We're gonna get to the numbers, but we saying talent wise, just his overall athletic acumen, his mind, the way he thinks, the way he plays the game of football. Would you put him up there with the top five QBs in the league?
Today.
And if you would, why?
Today, right?
Yeah, today, right now, today.
In your opinion, who are the top quarterbacks?
Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna use my opinion, and the reason, and I'm gonna do it for a reason though. It's because I want to show it like how the media portrays these quarterbacks. So I want to go with what the media says. We know, and not in a certain order, right? But we know that they talk about Joe Burrow. They talk about Lamar Jackson as being a special quarterback. Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Josh Allen,
Um, Oh,
Josh
most definitely
Allen,
Josh Allen, and number five, I would say the Rams QB,
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, right?
Now, you said media though. The
Yeah,
media
no,
is
no,
going
I'm
to
just
put
saying that.
Dak Prescott up there somehow.
But the media is like this. They kind of portray people's ideal, and basically this is what I'm trying to find out. Like,
Okay.
does the public kind of reflect kind of like how y'all look at CJ. So first I wanted to see how y'all looked at him and then, kind of balance it up against how the public sees him or, the national media, because I didn't get a chance to do any research yet, but I was just, piggybacking on what I seen on Twitter and Texas Twitter. And I heard that, the media was supposed to have said something about, you know what I'm saying, CJ, that wasn't too appealing. Hey, what's up, Swan? Big shout out to Swan. Space City, no, that's Space Age 713. Shout out too, man. But yeah, do y'all? So I can answer the question first. I do, and that's an honest question. I mean, that's an honest answer. I really do see CJ talent wise as a top 5 quarterback in the league. I just believe that that's what should scare the league about CJ. Once he gets protection, he gonna be like what I think it's gonna be close. And I'm just saying, y'all, y'all don't jump in the comments and be like, oh, so what? We comparing him to Tom Brady? No, I'm just saying how Tom Brady was what 5th, 6th round,
6.
and he wasn't looked at. Like everything Tom Brady did was overachieving, whether y'all want to believe it or not. It was shocking. It was like every time nobody expected him to do what he did. So as his career, like even after you seen him in 2001, every time you seen this man take the field, you still like, man, this got to come to an end eventually, right? Like they got to figure this dude out. They were never able to figure him out because he just was so protected, and the offenses was just catered to him. It was frustrating, bro. They were literally, it was almost like, man, if you was gonna watch a Patriots game, they was gonna score between 38, 40 something points every game. It was just like that's what it was. Like if you played the Patriots, didn't y'all understand that like you had to play mistake-free football to beat the Patriots? Like soon as you made a mistake, because they weren't gonna make a mistake. They was gonna keep marching down the field every time, scoring. Soon as you wasn't able to match that, which most teams wasn't with their defense, that's what the Texans, I feel like the Texans are gonna be something like that. Protect CJ, and he gonna be unstoppable. I'm talking about he gonna be throwing these passes, and then they done messed up and let the boy get Higgins and Noel. And these guys are gonna flourish from a quarterback like CJ. The CJ gonna put that ball in places where they ain't gonna believe it. It's gonna. I believe it's gonna take them a while to get used to it. They're gonna be like how Andre said when he first talked about Shaw when Shaw first came. He was like, "I never played with a quarterback. I turn around the ball right there." Like that's what's gonna happen. And I do. So do y'all look at CJ as top 5 quarterback? Do y'all see him up there with those quarterbacks that I named?
So I'm gonna say this. Give you my list: Mahomes, Lamar, then CJ, then Joe, and then Josh Allen. And I put it like that because the guys that's under him, he beat. The guys above him, he's yet to beat. So until you beat these two, you would never be on top of them unless you go win a Super Bowl. If you win a Super Bowl, that means you have to go through one of them, if not both. Comparing CJ to
that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, because you remember going back to your Tom Brady thing. Peyton Manning was the best quarterback in the league, but he couldn't get past Tom Brady. And it wasn't because Tom Brady was that much better than him. It's just Tom Brady played mistake-free football. With Peyton arm is so strong, he has the power to take chances how CJ does. Not saying Brady had a weak arm, but Brady's always been 2 steps ahead of the defense every time he steps on the field. Now, you bring up the receivers we've added to the room for CJ. I've always said that the ceiling for CJ is Tom Brady. That's the ceiling. The floor, you're just going to pan out to be another Ohio State quarterback. There's no in between for me with him. And he wants to be like Brady. And I hope and pray that he can at least scratch the surface of being like Brady, if not better. And stay here the whole 22 years. You know what I'm saying? Or however long Brady played. Just stay here. But what made Brady, dog, he always was smart. He had the highest IQ. And I was looking at CJ's stats last 2 years. They night and day, but if you watch the game, you can tell why they are the way they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
If my guy can become a game manager, not a game, how he said, game changer, be an elite game changer. Elite game changers, Brady, elite game changer. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, elite game changer. Like these guys, Drew Brees as well, elite game changer. These guys change shit, but they game managers, elite game managers. Excuse me.
Yeah. I got what you were saying though.
If he can be careful with the football, right? And I mean 30 plus touchdowns, under 10 interceptions, under 7. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes shit get tipped, shit happens. But you throwing the ball should be no more than 5 interceptions, unless dude fell down or the ball went through the guy's hands. But you throwing to a defender should never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have that much faith in him that he's that good. But this is all potential.
Potential is one thing, facts are another. CJ is not proven to be a top 5 quarterback yet. You got to put Brock Purdy ahead of CJ if you're talking about accomplishments. Now, if you're just talking about skill, we base the skill off of potential, what we think CJ is going to become.
Mm-hmm.
We just named 5 quarterbacks, and all 5 of those quarterbacks went past the first round. They just wasn't one and done. So we have to just we have to curb our enthusiasm and just wait and see what we think that we see, that we think that how CJ career is going to turn out. We just have to let that happen on the field. If CJ does the things that we think that he can do, then the numbers going to speak for themselves. It's going to be out there. Like, we need that. Bro, an AFC championship appearance will put him right back there where my boy from Washington, as a rookie, he got there. Like, he put the team on his shoulders. So everybody's going to look at last year and look at that Washington squad and say, if you're voting right now, they're going to go straight to him and say, oh, yeah, he's better than CJ. Look, man, which is fine right now. Like, it gives CJ something to work for. Like, respect is not given, it's earned. And the only way you earn it by winning. And when you win, you have the right to say, hey, look at me now. I am number one. You know, but
to be honest, Killer, we giving them excuses, and the greats normally don't operate with excuses. What I mean by that, and we all know that all off season we've been saying it's the offensive line and it's this and that, and it's like on the cool. All of us seen that there probably were better throws that CJ could have had and could have seen.
Mm-hmm.
But and he was holding that ball too. I don't know. I know that we talk about Sam Darnold being one of the top QBs last year that was holding the ball for Minnesota, but we don't know where CJ might be in the top 10 on that, because bro was holding the ball. But I totally agree with you saying, Killer, and that's why I'm glad you on the show.
But check this out, Nitty, and see, I had to pull up the stats because Teddy Bruschi said it, and somebody argued with me. I forgot who it was. Teddy Bruschi said, and I would tell Tom Brady to his face, he know it. The first three Super Bowls were all defense. So you say, okay, man, Tom Brady was just this, that, and this. I pulled up Tom Brady's stats, and we're talking about when he first became the starter, and that was in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read the yards per season that he did his first 5 seasons. It was 37-64, 36-20, 39-62, 36-92, and 41-10. CJ passed for 41 on 8 his first year. Tom Brady didn't get past 4,000 yards until his 5th year. Now here's go touchdowns to interceptions. 28-14, 23-12, 28-14, 26-14, 24-12. CJ had 12 interceptions last year. The year before that, he was 23-5. What I'm saying is, when Tom Brady had that breakout year in 2007, that Randy Moss year, that's when he had 48-06, 50 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Right now, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's year 7 as a starter. So if we think that we can get the swarm defense from D'Amico, which we know we can, there's no doubt in my mind that CJ can put up those type of numbers with less interceptions, more touchdown, more yards. So when you have a bit of New England brain trust in the building, with the Rams brain trust in the building, with our generational quarterback, like bro, it's a perfect storm for me. So I just want people to just kind of just like let's just watch this season and just watch the young man go to work, man. He got the groceries. Now he needs to be the chef in the kitchen, cook up the meal, whip it up, make it work, man.
Yep. I can totally agree with that, bro. I just get a little excited. Pause. It's just you know what I'm saying, when you see what he does with throwing passes and the type of passes that he throws. Like you say, sometimes I just don't like to bring up his name because it just hurts so much when you talk about Deshaun. Just so I think like 2 days ago, bro. YouTube showed me the Seattle game.
Oh yeah.
Deshaun, and I watched it. I watched the whole game, man, and bro, he was man. Hey, when I say that, and look, also, and I don't know if a lot of y'all notice this is just a little Easter egg, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get my Easter egg sound. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Did y'all not know that if you watch that game, you can actually see that that he hurt his knee in that game? He didn't hurt his knee in practice, like they said.
He told him the game.
Yeah, he played, and now he probably told them like, "Hey, I was good, and I heard it in practice." But I think eternally he knew that when he got balled up and that knee looked like he flexed like that. I was like, man, that's when he tore his knee right there. But he wanted to stay out there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But either way, though, man, it was an incredible game. Incredible game.
I hated that game, bro. Oh my god.
But I still say CJ is better than Deshaun, though.
And you know what? Another thing too. One thing that we gotta love about what we had then and what versus what we have now, like Deshaun have 2 torn ACLs plus Achilles, twice injured Achilles. That could have been our franchise quarterback. So man, it worked out so well for us, man. Like let's just pray that CJ don't have to face those catastrophic injuries. You know, that we don't have to depend on Davis Mills or the drafted rookie from Florida. Can't think of his name. But CJ is gonna have a long career, healthy, and just probably end up as one of the best quarterbacks. Like that's what I'm hoping for. But we just gotta see it.
Who would y'all see as the last offensive juggernaut that we've seen? Oh, y'all ain't know. Y'all remember that word when they used to talk about Indianapolis. But what's the last offense that we've seen that's that high powered in the NFL? Would I be right in saying the Cincinnati Bengals probably about 2-3 years ago?
You go, Pat, and I got one.
Just off the top, it'll have to be when Tyreek was with the Chiefs still.
Yeah.
Just most recent because they was
You're right though. You're right. You couldn't stop them.
Yeah, like Mahomes was perfect. Goddamn Tariq, you can't catch him. You can't stay with him. You know what I'm saying? And goddamn Kelsey over the middle. And I can't remember who that running back was, but whoever it was.
Could y'all imagine if that running back that they did have didn't get in trouble and got kicked off the team? You know, he ended up coming back.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but remember when they had Kareem Hunt? They were scary then, bro. I was like,
so you can't. There was nothing you can do. Like what the hell? But prolific offenses though. Like
so, I say Cincinnati. You say Kansas City.
Yeah, I have to like
at that time period. Who would you say, Killer?
Man, man. If you have a next door neighbor that's been whooping your ass for years, how can you ever forget? Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin
no,
James and
that's
Peyton
where the
Manning.
whole nickname came from. The offensive juggernaut. I remember.
I'm going by like
I
as of
remember
late, but yeah, that was a brutal ass whooping. Like, dude,
Bro, I remember they was whooping our ass one game, bro, and that's literally when I heard the announcer say that this is an offensive juggernaut. I was like,
bro,
what the hell?
every year, bro.
This what they had Dallas Clark, like it was
Yeah,
ridiculous,
bro.
bro. I
Listen,
was like,
when the
God.
schedule would come out, whenever we played them, I just put on the calendar. I just want to see how bad it's gonna be this time because you knew, like, that's automatic.
There was no way we was gonna beat them guys,
no
bro.
way
Like,
bro. But okay, you say that they not little brother, we big brother now. Yeah, man, the Saints. Goddamn, Drew Brees had like 5,000 passing yards.
Oh yeah.
Phillip, we talked about Phillip earlier in the pre-show. Phillip when he went with the Chargers, when he had Bates, LT. Damn. Who else was good? Brady Shaw Turk.
The Kansas City Chiefs were the last team, and this is a good segue back to CJ. Kansas City were the last team to break the touchdown record, right? Like right now, the touchdown record is held by who? Mahomes.
Yeah, it was 50 something, man. It was
most touchdowns thrown in a season.
56.
Yeah, and it's Mahomes, right?
I believe so. I'm gonna get real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had broke Brady's record.
Do y'all ever think CJ gets to that point? Because let's go to the name of this show, right? We named this show Year 3 MVP Loading with question marks. So it's like, hold on, we don't know. Do y'all think that, CJ has the capacity to even have a MVP season like this year?
Should
I'll jump in first. Yeah, I think so. Now everybody got 17 games, so to get up to 51 touchdowns, that's averaging 3 touchdowns a game. They have the weapons on the offensive side, like from the running backs. Tight ends still need a little like we just have to see how the tight end is going to pan out. We think they're going to be a good room, but that wide receiver room, man, if healthy, and those two two Jalen's come in and just kind of catch on, like you'll see it in week 5, week 6, where the game starts to, where the rhythm and the camaraderie that CJ, the timing. Because see that CJ is not okay now. We still have Miko, but CJ is working with another guy that runs one guy that runs a 4.5, one guy that runs a 4.4, one guy that runs a 4.3. That's timing, man. That like you have to work out timing with each wide receiver, their heights, their cuts. So chemistry is going to be huge. That's why I say week 5, week 6, we'll start to see as the line starts to progress, they start to give them more confidence, protection wise. Yeah, CJ can hit that 50 touchdown mark. I think so.
Especially the way you just put that too. But
look, I just pulled it up, man.
In doing that, he automatically would be MVP, I think, unanimously. But what you about to say, Pat?
Mahomes and Brady tied at 50. Mahomes hit 50 at 18. Of course, Brady hit 50 at 07. And Peyton still owns the record at 55.
Oh, when he was with Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I don't know why I thought Mahomes was once top dog when he came to that before. But he got close. That was his second season. Well, officially, it was like his first. I mean, unofficially, it was
2018.
Officially, it was his second. But yeah, that's what made me mad that Kansas City jumped in front of us and them before we was able to pick him. Because I said, hey, if we got Deshaun, I say this is what's gonna say whether or not I'm mad about what Kansas City just did, because I still to this day believe, and everything works out for a reason, but we was definitely going to pick Mahomes that year. Now, Bill O'Brien probably would have broke him. He came here and visited. He did a visit here too, so he was gonna get picked. But Kansas City knew what they was doing. They got a dog. He's got his hair cut real weird this year though, and Kelsey is lost by by at least 2/4 of his body mass, man. Bro looks weird, bro. Like, and he say this is last year too. Somebody gonna crack him, but either way though, man. I believe, and we gonna Patton. Did you answer that question? What do you think about CJ having that type of season, MVP season this year? Like, what would have to happen? Do you think that he has all the weapons that he need? I think so.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying he's not gonna have an MVP season. As long as he's healthy and has protection, he has a chance to win every game he's in, and that means an MVP. Now, year 1 and year 2, he was unable to change the plays at the line, so he was stuck in whatever they was calling. Well, the OC at the time, Bobby, whatever he called, that's what he was had to play. You going in year 3 with a new guy that's going to give you the keys to the match. Like, he will have opportunity to change the play at any given time, call his own plays, which is good. Now, I'm not looking for CJ to hit that stride right now until about year 4, year 5. If I can get it this year, or at least show me glimpses, this year has to be statistically and overall record-wise better than last year. There has to be.
It has to. It's almost have to be
an ascension. I don't want to see no up and down, and that happens. You know what I'm saying? But this year has to be a year of ascension for him going forward as our savior at that position.
If bro have a melancholy season, right? I think you got to look at him like Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, no, I'm telling you, a Kirk Cousins tier where Kirk Cousins has a chance to win every game that he's in, but is he gonna do it? He's better than an above average quarterback. You just don't know where to put him though, because you can't say he's up there with the best, but you damn sure can't say he down there with the worst. If CJ had a bad season this year, you would damn near have to put him there where he would be respectable. We'll still feel like we got a chance every time we go out there, but we'll also be, what we'll turn into. And bro, dare I say it, we'll be Jaguar fans, bro. Because that's how Jaguar fans probably approach every game. They go out there and they probably think they quarterback just because Trevor Lawrence had this lore in college and he's supposed to be they always think that he could possibly be that. It's like today he may finally turn into the Trevor Lawrence we've been thinking that he was. Us seeing greatness from CJ that year 1, that's why year 2 was so bad, because we were almost made to eat crow in a sense, because we talked a lot of shit. I mean, when we got CJ and we went and we did what we did in them playoffs his rookie season, man, every Houston Texans fan on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, we was talking shit. And he kind of made us have to eat crow by some of the passes. Like, some of the things CJ made, and some of those passes last year, like, it broke my heart, bro. Like, it really... It was like, oh my God, that was just horrible. That was a horrible pass right there. And it's like, CJ ain't supposed to do that. That's not what we would normally see him do. That's rare. It's supposed to have been a rare thing. And it was starting to look like, okay, every game, it was close to throwing a pick or throwing a pick. And it was just a bad year, y'all. And I'm just hoping, just and say that he comes in and he does everything that he needs to do to have a staticular better season, because he kind of looked at bad. He looked at mediocre last year, and he blamed it on the line. So if he has a good line and he's not able to play, come on, man.
Got a question for both the
what's up?
Talent wise, you mentioned who did you mention, the quarterback? I mean, the one that cashed in all the checks, but just what's the quarterback he just was? He's with Minnesota. Kirk Cousins. Let me ask you something. Talent wise, from what we see, is CJ closer to Kirk Cousins or is he closer to Joe Burrow?
He's more closer to Joe Burrow, but
he's clutch.
Kirk Cousins is slightly up under them.
But
He's slightly up under. He's. I'm trying to tell you, like Kirk Cousins is that guy that when he's on your team, you just don't know what's gonna happen on that Sunday, but you know you got a good chance to win because he's actually a good quarterback, but you still don't know if this might be his 3 interception game, or you know what I'm saying. You don't know. That's what I'm hoping that we don't end up like figuring. You know, I'm hoping. First of all, let me say I hope this never happens, but I'm just saying if we get like, because just like y'all was saying earlier in the show, like we totally don't, we can hope what we know CJ is just by what we saw in his first season, but we really don't know. This year is really going to prove a lot. It's really going to prove a lot. Okay, let me tell you this. This is all the pros, right? Can CJ put the ball anywhere on the field at any given time? Yes. Can he do it with power? Yes. Can he do it with accuracy? Hell yes. Like, can he do it in an elite way that makes you be like, damn, bro, got something? Yes. All of these things that he has all the tools to be great. We saw that when he was comfortable or when people didn't know what he was about to do in his rookie season. He was, I feel like it's a psyche thing when you on the field, right? And you know that you're gonna run a play that 9 times out of 10 the defense is gonna have to work to figure this one out. You know what I'm saying? Other than coming under center and knowing that, hey, this is probably a bad play and I can't do nothing about it. And he wasn't playing with a lot of confidence, like I seen Larry Payton put up in a shot. Larry Payton, he put up in the comments talking about, you know, him getting his confidence back. I believe he can get it back. I believe he can be that elite quarterback. I'm just saying though, y'all, if he isn't successful this year, if we see CJ coming out the blocks having problems and he's not getting sacked, it's just bad quarterback play. Like I said, I think it'll hurt all of us, man. We'll all be disappointed. But do I think it happened? No, I don't think it happens. I think that he is CJ Stroud. He's gonna be who we think that he is, and all he's needed was this O-line. And I hate it. I keep saying it. I hate that we have to give him an excuse, but it is what it is. But
you know the hardest thing about
OC. Oh, hold on. Not only the O-line, we said it was the O-line and the OC. Like we put, so now he got everything changed up. He has to be successful is what I'm trying to say. Now I digress. He got everything he needed.
The hardest thing about building your team or having a franchise is having the guy that's throwing the football every goddamn play. Now, once you find your quarterback, that's the hard part. Everything else, either hit or miss on, right? One thing the Patriots had was a dominating defense that allowed Tom to stay in the game and to grow. Right now with CJ, he has a dominating defense. I feel like a Super Bowl caliber defense. Last year, even though there were a lot of hiccups, and mainly on the offensive line, year one, it was a makeshift offensive line every goddamn game. Somebody was in a different spot every game, but he got sacked less. He also threw the ball less too. Now he missed, I want to say, 2 games his rookie year, maybe 2 or 3. This year he played every game and he threw the ball way more, of course. But no, actually he threw the ball less, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody fact checked me in the Brewer ring, but he was sacked more, right? Now I'm going to go back and forth for year 1 and year 2. Year 1, you caught everybody by storm. Same thing with Jaden McDaniels in Washington. You caught the league by storm. Year 2, everybody caught up to what you're doing. So naturally, you're going to see what you've seen. Now, this is where you blame the offensive coordinator, Bobby, and then you blame the line. If you give CJ more freedom at the line of scrimmage to change plays, he sees the blitz. Too many times where he hikes the ball and he's already running to the right or to the left. He's already seeing it. Now, I believe if he would have had freedom to do such thing, then he could have easily audible, hey, move protection to this side. Hey, you pick up this guy, something like that nature. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Bobby had the center. That was the center's responsibility. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'll take that back. I am sure that he's going to give CJ, Nick K's going to give CJ the keys, like I said, the keys to the mansion. So he's going to be able to call an audible every play. But going back to some of our older shows with this offensive line, it's a new room to a degree. You got some new blood in there, you got some old blood in there, you got some new blood in there. We not gonna know what this offensive line look like until week 1 of the regular season.
They say D'Amico is saying that it's fixed. He's like declaring that it's fixed. That's a big declare right there, boy. Like, how do you do that?
He got to say that. Now, it's up to the players to make sure he don't eat his words. If my coaches come out here saying, hey, Patton been working out all season, I see the change, his mindset didn't change, he's going to have a real big year. And I go out there and drop 30 passes. I'm going to let this man down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact that you can't come here if you don't play a certain type of football. And everybody that walks in that building respects and loves D'Amico. So you naturally going to play hard for this man. And our biggest, weakest link on the team, you telling us that it's fixed. They got to get them believing in themselves more than they ever believe in themselves. So, oh, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So, yeah, I think it's unanimous. Oh, no, go what you were saying, Patton.
It's stressful, dog. It's stressful. Because
you want to see CJ succeed.
You don't want the David Carr effect to happen again. Like, for what it's worth, David Carr had talent. You know what I'm saying? He was talented, but he got beat up so much to where dude was. By the time Kubiak got here, like, dude was shell shocked. Couldn't do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I promise you, I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because that is scary, bro. Like, for real, when you think about it, I thought about that. I haven't seen like just real quick, y'all. Let's do a quiz. Who's the last quarterback that we've seen in the league that, you know, was supposed to be a great quarterback that we saw get affected by sacks? Pause. Because it's, to me, it's like an old school thing where they used to call it. Remember, they used to say hearing ghosts. Be like, hey, you start hearing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts.
Yeah, seeing ghosts. Or that, like, what is it? Or who is a player? Because I just can't think. But yeah, this was like in the early 2000s, 90s, you would see quarterbacks that this would happen to. But in this league now, most of the time you don't see that happen. I don't know why that is, but
well, the guys back then to now, the average quarterback has some type of mobility to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had JJ, you seen the league shifted into that direction where, okay, these guys are starting to become more mobile. But during that time, the average quarterback was a statue.
Like, yep, you're right.
6'5".
Right, that's a good point.
They can't move. They may have good footwork, but as far as getting out the pocket on some Mahomes, CJ, even Josh Allen, mobility. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are mobile. Like, the game has changed.
So hopefully we won't have to worry about if CJ will be, you know what I'm saying, shell shock out there on that field.
Well, the problem would be he'll start. He's not a statue. He can run. So for him to be affected by the David Carr fiasco, it would be him hiking the ball and running. This is how it was last year. Guy was running for his life.
Mm-hmm. And not looking down the field neither. Hold on, Swan. Hold on, let me read this what Swan said. She said David Carr was never CJ. Come on now. Watson got beat up and he still balled. Ball is ball. CJ will be fine, and you saw that at the end of the season. I believe that. I believe that CJ is he's what they call them, those lizards with their eyes right on the side of their head. Gecko. The one that can kind of move around. It's like they got an eye up. It can move all the way around the side of their head. I don't know lizards like that, y'all. My bad. But CJ is like that. I mean, to be honest, bro does have vision when, you know, guys are running at him. Like he has the vision to continue to look downfield. So I believe he's successful. I just the reason I'm kind of bringing up what I'm bringing up, and it was a good reason, because you know what Cal said, you know, when we look at his stats, you know, we have to actually throttle down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, because I like to think that Daniels had a hell of a season last year, but I'm not a Washington Commanders fan, and his rookie season that was supposed to be so much greater than CJ, it didn't look better than CJ's to me because I saw CJ's. I saw CJ break the record for yards passing by a rookie in a game. Did Daniels break that record?
I couldn't tell y'all back.
I don't think he broke that record. I think CJ still
had a better
it.
season overall.
Oh yeah, of course he did. Like once you look at everything on paper, but according to what I saw and how I felt, I'm a Texans fan. I looked at CJ having a pretty good season. Does it make sense to say that Daniel's season kind of wiped CJ out to where CJ got to reprove himself a little bit, y'all think?
If you was to ask CJ that question, what you think he'll say?
Oh,
he'll say hell yeah. He'll say hell yeah.
Daniels,
look, man. Hey, check this out, man. Mm-hmm. Our greatest game, I think, when we saw CJ get surgical, like Lonzo on training day, say, I'm gonna get surgical with that piece.
Yeah, exactly.
CJ got surgical against Tampa Bay. Man, that boy from Washington had about 5 or 6 games like that.
Crazy.
He had about 5 or 6 games that you were like, wait a minute, this is happening again in the same season as a rookie? Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna be honest, man. I love my quarterback. Daniels had one of those type of years, bro, that Brady, Manning, like you name a great quarterback, Vic, like they have those type of years. But I can't remember one of those quarterbacks.
CJ just had one of those type of years that's just impressive because he was a rookie.
He was a rookie.
He all-pro season almost what Daniels had.
Yeah, it was all pro season. But see, CJ was real successful because CJ had 2 interceptions in one game. And then the rest of the game, he only had 3. He finished with 23 and 5, 4,100 yards. Like he was like very precise, accurate throwing the ball. I think 63, 64%. You can get that number up. But he was doing things that rookies had never done. And 1 year later, Jaden Daniels came and just he done it better. So CJ's like
Swan makes another good point too. She said JD5 is dual threat, so defenses got to treat him like Lamar Allen. And maybe you're right there because is CJ looked at as, that's why somebody said earlier in the comments too, but CJ needs to start running more this year. Probably was, I don't know who it was. I don't want to say the wrong person, but I definitely think that that's true because once he adds that to his game, when you're a quarterback that's as accurate and can put the ball all over the field like CJ, you become kind of like that threat that Daniels is, because that's why I said that's a good point. If you because he really runs, like when he runs, he runs like he taking contact and everything, and he's a precise quarterback like that. Like that's almost more scarier than Lamar, but Lamar-esque. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost might take that type of style of football play to another level. But I think if CJ starts to run more, which he did last season, he can start to become that type of a threat because CJ actually has and pause before I say this, he has a wide base. He actually can, you know what I'm saying? CJ can actually, you know what I'm saying, actually run and probably can, get some yards if you set up some actual quarterback runs. I think he can be just as successful as Kaepernick was. Remember Kaepernick being on how electric he was passing the ball, man, he used to get some running lanes that was like ridiculous. I'm talking about bro used to run for 60, 50, 45 like it was nothing. And it was just because of how scared the defense was playing back because of how good he was. And we know that that's what CJ is, accurate. Let's start letting him, some more design quarterback runs. I believe he should definitely have that more this season. But y'all
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence with that.
Yeah, because you don't want to get him hurt.
Yeah, like same thing with Jaden Daniels. Like, dude has a history of being hurt. Like,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time for you get caught. Everybody that run gets caught at some point. Now, he didn't start running a lot last year. He was running for his life most of the year. But as far as like actually running, like you know what I'm saying, like positive runs,
Hmm.
playoffs. Like, and I noticed Mahomes
Well,
does the same thing.
well, put it like this: the NFL only have a handful. You have. I'm gonna read out the names, and then I'm gonna follow with the yards. Lamar was number one. Jaden was number two. I'm gonna read. Lamar had 915. Jaden had 891. Hertz
Hmm.
had 630. Kyler had 572. Allen had 531. Anthony Richardson 499, and then Caleb 489. So right after when you get to, I'm gonna put Anthony Richardson up there with those top guys. But when you get down to Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Mahomes, Herbert, Field, Gino, and then CJ finished at number 18 at 233. Now, do I think CJ can get more than 233 yards? I want him to be a situational rusher where you can roll the pocket, and if it's open, go get the first down, get out of bounds, slide. I don't need design run plays. Dude already slew footed. He can't slide. He don't know if to fall forward or lean back. Like, do something. Make a decision for somebody to knock your head off, man. They gonna untwist your locks out there, tiptoeing in that field, man. And so the Texans already got a very borderline. The league is going to put us borderline dirty for a Z. We are very aggressive defensive wise. When we start hitting their quarterbacks, what do you think other defenses are going to want to do to CJ? So make those runs, make them design runs to just get the
Hmm.
first down and get down. Make those. I don't need to see a 50-yard run from CJ.
No, you're right
Mm-mm.
because he got smacked on a couple of those runs last year, and I believe that's why in that Chiefs game when he was getting walked off the field, how he
He
was
was
that
out.
time. That was the reason. No, and it was because he was taking those runs like those last three games. He had started running. And remember that one time in the Chiefs game where he saw somebody and he put the shoulder into him. He was like,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, look.
I don't want to see
When he
that.
did that, you could tell that
Mm-hmm.
affected him a little bit. It was like, yeah, that not. You know how when you used to play the fighting game, the boxing game, and you can have full power, but all of a sudden somebody hit you and it would knock you almost to about 15% of your power just on one punch. That's what happened with CJ. He did that one run, dipped that shoulder. He knocked by 85% of his energy out, and he was just running on fumes for the rest of that game. But yeah, I agree with you. I can agree with you on that, Killer. It doesn't need to be
This CJ
design
Pete, bro.
runs. It doesn't need to be design runs. But
This all he's got you walking.
so she's talking Killer can't leave my QB feet alone.
This is Pete, bro.
No, I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout
He
out
be
my wife.
walking like he
She's
ready to
slew-footed
squabble with
too, man.
somebody, bro.
Shout out to the slew-footed
Hey
people of
man,
America.
have
Nah,
y'all ever seen a platypus walk, man? Like, look at a penguin, bro.
That's
CJ be looking like.
CJ, bro.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, I just want my quarterback to have great pocket presence, how to maneuver in the pocket. CJ probably is, and it's to no fault of his.
mm-hmm.
When that pressure came and it was coming up the middle, thanks to Kenyon Green and that other guy, I can't even think of his
Hey
name. Glad his
yo,
ass got on
Shaq Mason.
Mason. But CJ, as soon as that pressure came, CJ was rolling out to the right. And man, look, it don't take a defensive coordinator alone to figure that out, man. And it was
mm-hmm.
showing up on film, man. And you had a linebacker, running downhill to meet him when he rolled out. And so he made a couple of plays to Nico. But man, look, and we were in a whole different offense. But man, if Gary Kubiak can make Matt Sharp roll out and pitch a tent out there on a bootleg and fool everybody out there, like we got some plays like that for CJ. Like when
Exactly.
you have running backs that we're gonna have, and when you have that power scheme and you get the pounding, let me stop saying pounding and pounding and pounding. When you get the running that ball, man, and you get that defense flowing one way, that bootleg be wide open, man. That's when your tight ends. That man,
That
come on,
bootleg.
Pat, stop. Pat, I get one in the show, bro. I get one in
You
the
just
show.
keep
Stop it,
going with
man.
it, man. It's like, yeah, hey yo, I'm like, man, hey yo with 9 O's. But uh, but no, man, I totally understand what you're saying. If the Texans, and we're gonna say this until we manifest it on the fields on Sundays, the Texans are gonna have. I would say, what would y'all say the Texans would have to have as far as a percentage? And I mean, not percentage, my bad. Where they rank in the league as far as their run game in order to be looked at as being a successful offense. Let's say we 4 in passing, right? Where would we need to be running?
Man, last year Joe Mixon. I'm sorry, Pat. I know you normally jump in first. I got Joe Mixon was on his way. Joe Mixon career rushing yards, I think it's either 1205 or 1249. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon was on his way to like 14, close to 1500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when you give that guy a better, and Joe, like he abandoned the hole a lot. He bounced back real quick on a lot of those runs.
Had to.
No, a lot of, man, go back and watch some in field, man. Joe was bouncing out when he didn't even have to. If Joe would have just stayed the course and right behind Tunstall, even Green had started off being a good blocker. But
I'm
Joe
gonna tell
was
you what
bounced.
Joe was doing. Joe did that one move in the game, and it sprung him for a touchdown. He kept looking for that shit. It was like
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Yes.
I know exactly.
Yep.
I'm talking about, bro. He trying to find that same lane again, but it's like somebody waiting for him every time. Every time he was,
Yeah.
pop. I'm talking about. I was like, he was just trying to find that same. And sometimes players do that. Even if you play in the Madden game, you run a play a certain way, you think like, oh, that may be, I can catch this person slipping like that. And so what Joe was doing was running full speed to the line and bounce. I'm trying to bounce it as hard as he could, but they had already picked that. I think they probably were showing that play that he did score in the opposite team's defensive meetings every week. They was probably like, watch, he's gonna run, and he's gonna bounce it out. And every time somebody was meeting his ass, he was getting met every time he bounced this shit.
See, Nick Casario, he's done one, but he's still working on another one. They're still, rumor has it that they're still trying to bring in the other running back. Can't think of his name. Who I'm talking about, Patton?
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. But remember this, Killer, you said in the chat that he was in a boot, right? We didn't get a chance to really just talk about it on camera last show, I don't think. What did you hear about that? Because I don't see nothing. And where did you hear this?
It was something that was just floating around on the internet. I don't know if it's been like actually confirmed. I don't know if somebody just took a story and ran with it. My fault for not even.
Time, probably. Do you think it could?
No, they were saying this year. No, they said somebody seen him in the booth.
Oh, okay. So
that, I should have
or something probably. Y'all, we don't
know. It could have been. It could be soreness. It could just be soreness. It could be inflammation. It could be a number of things, man. But I don't think it. But if rumors of us trying to, go after Dobbins, which I think Chubb is still out there also. Like Nick is telling you, I'm not done with running the ball. Like D'Amico said, I want to be a run team first. We want to run the ball. We want to be physical. That came out of D'Amico mouth. So Casario say, if that's what you want, then that's what I have to give you. I'm going to give you some of the best running backs I possibly can throughout the draft, throughout free agency. And we're going to bring in 15, 16, 17 linemen. And hey, we're going to probably carry 10. May the best 10 work it out. And hopefully we can carry, because Woody is not going to be on the practice squad. Somebody going to snatch him up. He's going to be 53.
Woody's going to play. Not the way that they talking about Woody. So y'all say that the Texans top 10 in pass top 10 and run. That's what we looking to accomplish next year. Do
I
we have
see no excuses why not, man. What you think, Patton?
Top 5. Right.
Top 5 in running or top 5 in passing?
Oh no. Top 10 passing, top 5 in running. My reason for that is if you say you want to be a run team first,
yeah.
Like if I'm right, we're going to be doing a lot of running in the second half
45. 45-45.
It's going to be a lot of running in the second half of games because we're going to be slowing the game down. We can end up with 150 to 200 yards easily if you run the ball and get motion, weighing the defense down. Now, Joe is your bell cow. You're looking to bring somebody else in just to see if they can push Dameon Pierce. That's what it all boils down to. Yep. This is a make or break year for this kid. Like he has to, if he's running back 2, if he stays on the roster and somehow remains running back 2, when it's time to give Joe a spell to give him his 3 to 4 carries, what can you do with it? Now we've seen him in the past year. What was it? A Tennessee game and a New England game. Take one to the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get that consistently? Now, granted, you know what I'm saying? When you think of a running back by committee, you got your bell cow, you got your goal line back, and you got your third down back. Joe happens to be all 3 in 1, which is great. It's rare you find a running back that can do all 3. You know what I'm saying? Like run, pass block. Now, between Woody and Dameon, Woody's the better pass catching running back and pass blocking running back. Dameon's problem was he couldn't find the right holes. Pause. So he did good in power gap. When it came to zone, wasn't so good. So we do know that we run in power mostly when it comes to running. So you bring in another running back, hey, taking a fly.
I think DP.
You got to compete with these guys.
I totally agree with y'all. And anything that can get DP back to the state of where he was, if the competition of bringing in like somebody like a J.K. Dobbins, all I know is this though, right? And man, I feel so sorry for the brother. I actually, hope that curse or whatever that is off of him, especially if he comes to our team. But speaking of J.K. Dobbins specifically, last year, after so many disappointments of getting hurt in the preseason and all kind of stuff, he finally catches on with a team and was looking to be successful. I actually was looking at him like Montgomery, like he was about to be successful. And man, bro got hurt, bro. I don't even think he played in the game against the Texans, huh?
Hey.
No, he didn't. I don't think he even made it to that playoff game. And that's why I was joking when I said, man, we get him and we get that. Because what I seen when he was with the Chargers, those games that he did show up in, like, bro, nice. And I say J.K. Dobbins, y'all, for real, is a premier running back. He really is. It's just that man, bro just got bad luck with his legs, man. Like, but
man, let me tell you something. This just came to me, man. And I don't know what we did with the pick, but if Dameon Pierce come out and just like is the surefire number 2, and Woody is number 3, don't be surprised that Nick tries to sign JK and flip him like he did Akins last year.
Hey, you right. Boy, I'm talking about that's a good point right there, bro, because he did get.
Did he get like a fifth or what? He got a 5th or 6th round, like a 6th rounder for
6th round.
6th rounder. You know what Nick do with those 6th rounders? He packaged 3 of them up and move up in the third. Move up in the
draft. That's his moving up right there. He can move around. That's his Bishop.
It's insurance, and also if Damon like I have him in the building. If Damon don't work out, and what is my number 3? Well, I mean, I'm counting out Agumawale. Guys, I've seen enough. Man,
I'm reading the comment on the screen right now, not to cut you off, Killer, but that hey, Swan, you talking my language. She said, according to Miko with the state of the Texans, they're going to be aggressive when we have the leads. They're not going to sit back and clock out and what I'm saying, Slow idiot tried to do. I expect Coley to put points up. Hold on right here. Let me find my sound right here.
All
If
right.
this is
All
true.
right.
Hey, let me respond to Swan real quick.
Hold on.
Because I feel like she was kind of talking to me a little bit.
All right, that's enough. If that's true, bro, hey, I'm turning up, bro, because that's one thing I hate about the Texans, man. It's like we play with a lead, they get conservative. Like, hey, let's just try to put it on the defense. Now keep mashing the gas, man. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm saying,
bro,
right, if you up 45-10 in the third quarter, why not just run the fucking ball?
oh yeah. That's
Like my thing
different.
is, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not going to be just running the clock out. No, because we're going to put points up. But you want to be able, you don't want to be like how the Saints was that year. They had to score all their touchdowns through passing because they couldn't run the football. You know what I'm saying? So you were third and short instead of running the ball because you know you can't run. You got to do a quick slant to Micah Thomas. We got running backs. You know what I'm saying? We got a running game. So I expect us to be able to, with a substantial lead, be able to run the clock out.
Hey, if D'Amico, not if, because I mean they were there, they heard it. If defensive-minded coaches normally don't have that pro-aggressive offensive mindset, they love to just run the clock, play dirty ball, and just if this is the way D'Amico is going to let Kaylee approach it. Hey, CJ may have one of those years that we wish that we're waiting to see. If what we just read right there, if that's what I'm not saying if, but that's what D'Amico said, well, it just changes my opinion because I was just going off of what I thought, but that came out of his mouth. So, hey, man, I'm loving this. If CJ gonna go out there and throw the ball 32, 33 times a game and finish, averaging close to 300 yards and get that 40, 50 touchdowns, hey, I'm with it. But I just know that the running back room is still going to be solid. Every running back a successful running back has to be rushing. His yards per carry have to be 4.5 and above. Anything below that, like 4.4 is like, you mid. But if you 4.5, 4.7, 4.8, just go look at the averages of running back. That's where you want to be. It's yards per carry. That's the most important thing. So, man, I like that. Hey, D'Amico, do your thing. Katie, go ahead. Yeah.
Yep. I ain't gonna lie, man. That sounds so good, man. Well, bro, we are at hour and 12, man. We have came to the end of the show, man. I know this how y'all feel out there. It's okay, man. We'll be back Tuesday, 7:00. And we'll do this thing again, man. Like I say, we'll come up with a nice little topic for y'all. Hopefully some news breaks, but not bad news, good news. See, we have to be specific because if you put that stuff out into the air, I'll be like, man, I just want some Texas news. Okay, you're gonna get some bad news and it's gonna be news and you're gonna be getting what you asked for. So make sure you specific in what you asked for. And I hope that, we can have some good Texas news and, dive a little bit deeper into the team pause and the stuff that we got going on. And this is a great show though, y'all, man. I really like the flow, everything. I like the comments being on the screen now so we can just interact with y'all just a little bit more quicker like that. Let me give a shout out before I give it up to y'all. Let me give out
my
the
God, they was active, man. They was active today,
man. Let me give y'all a hand, man. I might do a praise dance. Let me give y'all a hand, man. The bull ring, y'all did y'all thing, man. Shout out Horace, man. Give all of y'all a bomb. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna give everybody a bomb. We're gonna shout out Horace. We're gonna shout out Brandon. We're gonna shout out Sideline Sarah. We're gonna shout out T. Jones in the house. We're gonna shout out Killer Cal, even though he was on the show, he was in the bull ring. We're gonna shout out hold on. This is this Jasha?
I'm a Jasha.
That's what it may be, Jashay Taylor. I'm so sorry if you know what I'm saying, if I pronounced that wrong, but we appreciate you. I think this is my first time seeing you on here. We give you a big shout out. Hey, we're gonna give a shout out to Brandon, man. Shout out to Space Age 713.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Black Bill 89 all the time.
My God.
Larry Payton, man, most definitely, man. Y'all already know how we rock with Larry, man. The doctor. Let's see. I think that may be oh no, most definitely Miss Swan, man. Swan Lake. Libra in the building. Texas Tangent. Man, appreciate you, my guy.
Very, very active. Yes, CJ Feet is effed up. I'm sorry.
Man. Hey, hey, Gia. Shout out Gia. We appreciate you watching the show today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making sure I got everybody, y'all. I think that might be okay. Yeah, boom, and that's one for us, man. Hey, it's the Texans on 3. Y'all know what time it is. Is it anything that y'all want to bring before I close out?
Hey, man, great show. Like we gonna try to keep this content coming, and hey, it's important that people in the bull ring, y'all got something to add. Hey, drop a question, comment. We try to run through it and address everybody. You know, Fridays, if news don't drop, hey, it's gonna be a freestyle Friday. We gonna come in and we just gonna include y'all in everything and take y'all questions. We're gonna come in with our own questions, ideas, topics, but hey, we just gotta keep this thing exciting and gotta wait until September come, baby.
Hey, it's coming soon, man. Pause. Hey, other than that though, Patton, what you got? You good? Oh, I already see. Hey. Hey, if you know, you know, man. Hey. Hey, bro, it's wild, man. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all for coming through. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, man, on anything that you're watching us on right now. We are live on YouTube and Twitter, but you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Man, just make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. Put people down on what we are doing. This is the Texans on 3. We ain't gonna do nothing to get bigger. That's it. Pause. But yeah, other than that though, man, shout out y'all, man, and we up out of here. H-Town, we in the building.
This brother is
Salute.
Texas!